This is my first ride in the snow. It's awesome and super slippery. If you notice my shoe was all muddy, it's because I went through what I thought was a little mud puddle and it was quite large and I took a dip. So today is my last day of a 2-week vacation and I am headed into the office, just getting some stuff prepared for the weekend, and I thought I would ride my one wheel. I looked at the forecast and the forecast said it was going to be clear until tonight, and then it would start snowing tonight. It is snowing and raining, and it is a mess. Well, hey, today is January 2nd, and we made it through one whole day of 2021. You know, I was thinking on the ride in today about what's important. Now, I started my goal of working out every day. I worked out yesterday, went in, worked out today. And I noticed that there was very few people yesterday on New Year's Day in there. And a lot of people came in on January 2nd, probably thinking, you know, New Year's Day, it's still a holiday. I'm going to celebrate one more day, even though it started the new year. And now I'm going to kick it into gear on January 2nd. But that got me thinking about what's important, tagging on from what I talked about yesterday and having goals and the importance of having goals and the good things that can come from having goals. And I think a really important question to ask as we're still kind of in the very beginning of this year is just that simple question: what's important to you? Like, what's important to me? I would say my family is very important to me. My faith is very important to me. My career is important to me. Yeah, I would think that we probably all would not say that our cell phone is important to us. I know that I would not say, like, if somebody asked me that question, I would talk about my faith, I would talk about my family, talk about my career. I think those things are important. My friends are important to me. Food is important, you know, and then we need to have nourishment and stuff. But I would not, on that list, I would not talk about my cell phone. I wouldn't mention it. But I use an iPhone, and so I get an alert every week about how much screen time that I'm on per day, the average. And my average per day is about 6 hours. 6 hours of screen time on this little rectangle. Like, that's insane. Now, I can defend a little bit of that. Like, when I work out, I am usually on the elliptical or the treadmill, and I like to watch Netflix, or I usually watch an episode of The Office. I love The Office.
It's true.
But Netflix has pulled The Office, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But usually I watch something, and that usually is about an hour, hour and a half. So I can justify a little bit of that. And then I do use my cell phone like a lot of people do for work, but still 6 hours a day. So asking ourselves that question, what is important to me? I think where we place our time shows us what's really important. Now, we might not want those things to be true, but that tells us something. It tells us where maybe we're wasting time. It tells us what's actually important. Even though there are things that we would not list on that list of what's important to us, we still spend considerable amounts of time doing those things that are not important to us, those things that don't make the list. So my challenge to myself would be, how can I make sure that the things that are actually important to me are the things that consume the majority of my time, or at the very least, they consume more than 6 hours a day that my cell phone consumes. You know, I've thought a lot about that over the last year of what's important and where I spend my time. And in fact, I posted on social media like a couple weeks ago about even thinking about leaving social media altogether because I felt like it consumed a lot of my time. And I also felt this pressure to like prove to people that I was a good person on social media or to prove to people that I was a family man on social media. And that one right there, that thing really hit me. And at the end of my life, I really don't care so much what my Facebook friends think of me. I don't care so much what my Instagram followers think of me. But I do really care what my wife thinks of me. And I do really care what my kids think of me. And I do really care what my God thinks of me. And that should dictate where I spend my time. If I care what my wife thinks about me, if I care what my kids think about me, if I care what my friends, and I don't mean Facebook friends, I mean my friends that I actually see eyeball to eyeball, or I talk to over the phone or via text message on a regular basis. If I care what those people think of me, then I need to spend time with those people. And if I care what God thinks of me, I need to spend time with Him. So ask yourself that question. It's not too late to begin something new in 2021. It's never too late. So here we are, the second day of 2021. What is important to you?